I literally cut you off right as you were about to finish your quote. I don't think anyone's ever cut you off before. We're always there to internalize your intonation of how you quote Star Wars, but this time I had to cut you off. I'm sorry.
I can forgive this once, but no more after that.
But hello, peeps. Who's in here? Who do we got?
Greetings, Earthlings.
We got Sal. We got Alice. Alice has been showing up a lot
The
lately.
gang, heck yes.
It's almost like she likes us or something. Like she actually likes tuning in. I don't know. It's weird. She's not like saying, "Hey, I'll be right back," and then never shows up. And she's not saying, "Hey, I can only be here for a short time," and then leaving. She's here. What is
And
up?
she's also dedicated because she, I'm pretty sure, is like it's actually like work day, like the middle of her day while she's actively at work for her time zone, and she's still rallied.
Her only job should be coming on the stream and watching us. That's the that's the only option there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like every normal company would cover that. Like you just give them, you say, I need to be on a stream.
Yeah,
like, okay, we'll pay you.
I need evil Ewok time. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll fit that into your schedule. Or if they're interviewing them, they're like, they ask you your interview question. And you're like, but the real question is, my question for you is, do I have evil Ewok podcast live streaming watch time? Like, can I take like an hour off of work to watch?
Forget my lunch break. I need that EEP break.
But what is up, peeps?
Nicholas,
what's up, Nick?
welcome.
Is that one of yours?
I don't know. He's new to the
I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
He's one of ours now.
He's one of ours now. We got him. What up? And then, yeah, we got a new setup. For those of you who weren't here on Tuesday, we have a brand new live streaming platform that we're using. It's called Opus, and we have all sorts of amazing and fun little...
Thanks, Dale.
We have all sorts of really cool little doohickeys and stuff that we can do on here that we can't do on StreamYard. So I'm really excited to kind of utilize all those. I don't know if we're gonna like really try them out today. We'll probably get used to the platform a little bit longer, but there are a couple of really cool features coming too on this platform in the next like week or so for you guys to be more engaging, like live polls, AI polls. We have, as you can see, any meme that you leave, any emoji that you leave in the chat is gonna rain from the top. As you can see now, we have clapping hands on me and a thumbs up on Zach.
Make it rain.
And then a laughing emoji. Hopefully, it'd be funny if we could move that to the middle and put that over top Cat, and everyone's just laughing at Cat.
I'll take it.
But anyway, and we got Charlie. What up? Today we are going to talk about Mando.
The bad bitch.
The bad bitch.
First we should recap the bad bitch.
Oh yeah. Okay, I forgot we had an episode. That's right.
We gave our thoughts on it. I want to hear what you think, Kat, because you went to sleep because you're a fake
like,
fan.
I didn't see it.
You didn't stay up for that amazing episode.
I'm not gonna lie. The series of events was, yes, I did go to sleep that night as soon as you read the description. Plus, I'm just kind of like, I'm not really covering Bad Batch on my channel as much because there's no point in me making a full-blown review videos. No offense to the Bad Batch, but I might do a series review. So I'm like, I'll just watch them with Tom. For once we'll actually watch something together. Our Wi-Fi actually died last night when we were gonna watch it, so I legit was watching it like today before the stream. I was like, I have to do this. I think I have to just like come at it from a place of I need to tamper myself and like I can't go into the I can't go into the Bad Batch thinking it's going to be Andor, I think I have to just take this approach with all of Star Wars now, especially with all the works, especially with all the projects that are in the pipeline coming at us this year, next year. I feel like Star Wars is approaching a place where I preach this all the time on my channel, so I need to actually practice it, not comparing it to what I deem to be a superior, Star Wars project or whatever. So I have to just I liked it. It was fun. But I'm not gonna go and watch the rest of the season thinking, oh my god, I have to sit down and prepare myself. Like for Andor, my heart was pounding as soon as I would log into Disney Plus, So it's just a different different viewing experience. But I liked it. I'm curious to hear what you think, Zach, because 5 seconds into the episode, Sid whips out her usual quip. I have another mission for
We
you all.
predicted everything. Once again.
It's the second time this season where I have basically mimicked Sid and said like basically a summary of what she was going to say in the episode, and it's killing me. I think like I agree with you. Like we should temper our expectations. It's not going to be Andor. It'll never be Andor. But I think it's fair to expect like the Clone Wars quality because they've given us that before in animation. It's the same animation style. And I want to see. Let's see. Sal has a really good point. I wish they would ride strong or like ride the momentum that they built off the last episode, but instead they always do this where it's like, oh, there's a good episode, and then like 4 filler episodes where nothing happens, and it's tough to keep getting excited for this show week in and week out when there's a high chance that it's going to be a okay, Gain, I need you to go out and get me this new doodad, or I need you to earn me some money. And then they even took Sid with them this episode to add insult to injury. So I wasn't a fan.
And they were trying to make us feel bad for Sid and take her side like almost the entire episode, right? Like she's changed, and the entire time we didn't even want to see her. So I was just like, okay then. Yeah, I think it was unfortunate we didn't get to see Rampart do his like not giving a shit, right? We instead we get not pod racing. We get like some like cyberpunk type of which, by the way, I will, the music was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
not gonna lie. The music was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The episode was meaningless. I mean, it kind of brings you up to the whole point of if they are just like, milking Star Wars, right? Why don't they just only do 8 episodes, like 8 solid episodes, right? They're making, it's expensive, right? Like the show's expensive, and they have 16 episodes. And if they're going to do filler, obviously it's like they're trying to tell a story, right? But they also aren't. So it's like, why have 16 episodes if they're trying to save money? And the only reason I can think of is, because it's made for stream. And they're going to drag it out for 3 months so that, people stay subscribed and can watch all the filler episodes, right? And I'm just like sitting there like, I just want quality at this point, not quantity, right?
You want money? Is that what you want?
Only money.
I think that you're right. A filler episode, if it's going to be a filler episode, needs to develop a character in a meaningful way. And to this episode's credit, it tried to do that with Sid, but say it with me, everybody. We don't care about Sid. Like she is probably the least most interesting character of this show. Like nobody cares about Sid all across the board. She's just the worst. And I hope that this like arc that they're going on with her results in her death, because I can't take much of it.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about that cliffhanger? Watch your back. She's not who you think she is, because as soon as that line hit, I was like, there goes our, premonitions before the season started with the initial trailer when we hear Sid say, you could get your life back and start anew if you do this one mission. Throwback to when we were like, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the way they're going to cut ties with Sid. They're going to just free themselves of their debt. And then the show can really get started and they can go their own ways. I don't think that's in the pipeline anymore. If anything, I feel like that little cliffhanger at the end, watch out for her. I think that just means there's more of their relationship with her in store.
What do you think she did? Or like,
they're just kind of like shady people, right?
That's what I thought. I was like, I already assumed she was a piece of shit.
Like we didn't need that. We didn't need that whole moment there to realize that she was a shady piece of shit, right? Because they're doing like underworld slum types of things, right? To get by in a war torn new empire, right? And it's like I just think like how meaningless the ending was and how kind of stupid it was, in my opinion. I found it really dumb that not only did they try to save her, right, when they probably should have just gotten the hell out of there and they would have been free of debts already, but they do the right thing, thanks to Omega, being the kid that she is. And then right after that, she's like, oh, I know how I can make it. Like, how can you make it up to me, all this shit? And she's just like, I'll figure it out. It's like, dude, this is so dumb. Like, what you want from her, and yet you're still like she's still in a position of like control and power, and it's just dumb. I don't know. It's just dumb.
Frankly, I was more curious about what are Hunter and Echo doing right now. What's their Oh,
What is
wait, no, they
anyone
were
else
dropping
doing?
off chicken nuggets. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, let me.
Right.
I'll tell you what they're doing, Kat. We're gonna find out next week, and it's gonna be another filler episode with just them, and it's gonna be another 2 weeks before we get the whole team back together.
I have no idea who Sid is because I've seen 3 episodes. I agree.
Barbs.
Trust me, Barbs. She's the worst.
It's so
Oh,
dumb. It's just a dumb character, but it's okay.
I am really intrigued because she's clearly written like she's not written to be likable. She's written to be
No.
insufferable, and I was just like, if
Yeah,
they
and they were
actually
trying
had a
to
really
humanize her.
cool, like if they had a really cool actual like person they were working for, reporting
Like
back
Hondo.
to. Oh God.
Or like someone like
like
Hondo.
anyone
True.
else. I mean, if she is, if we do get into the part where she's part of a crime group syndicate and like it relates to someone we know, maybe
That
or
would
it's like
be lit.
an
Yeah.
underlying like whatever, it's like sure, but it's like her character isn't cool enough for that to matter, right? Hunter McDonald's run, yeah.
Like honestly, what would she like? The guy was like, "Oh, be careful. She's a piece of shit. Like, watch your back." And it's like, what would she feasibly have to have done to make me go like, "Wow, yeah, that's really bad"?
Well,
Because
I think it could be in the pipeline. I took that as like she would trade you into the Empire as soon if there's a most wanted list out there and there's a oh my god, what do they call it? A bounty out for you or whatever, a reward. I saw that as a like she'll betray you and
Yeah,
she'll
what were
drop
those
you like a
things called
hat.
when like
yeah,
they
but
called
like,
out a little buzzer thingy, whatever it's called, whatever. I don't remember. Go ahead. Sorry, Zach.
why hasn't she done that already? If they're gonna continue to be useful for, I mean, I guess I could see a situation where they're like, "That's it, Sid, we're out of here," and she's like, "Well, here's the funny part, you're not," and then she turns them in.
Stop manifesting this, Zach.
Omega's just like, fuck this bitch, I'm out. Like
I thought we were friends, Sid.
Friends. It's like, no, I've been using you for my own benefit. What are you talking about? He's like, but and then it's just
But
like,
that's not what friends are, Sid.
And then it's like a whole like musical where she goes into
Yeah.
song, and then we're just like, oh, it's one of those shows. Gotcha.
Yeah, Vizago was cool from Rebels. I think.
Look at all those emojis. Alice making it rain.
I'd rather watch a loop of Hondo with the pig boy than watch the Bad Batch. Oh, the pig boy, that like weird like green haired kid. Is that what they're talking about?
The Ugnaught. In Rebels, he's got like a little Ugnaught friend.
Oh, that's right.
Who was like that green? There was like a lot of controversy around that green kid, the green haired kid.
That's Kanan and Hera's kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot.
Wait, there's controversy around how he.
Well, no, everyone was like, "Why does he look like that?"
He just looks stupid. That's the controversy.
It's like you can animate anything, and you make that. And
I just want to like break down like the genetics factor of this. So you have a Twi'lek and you have a human.
She's
and
French.
If they have a
French,
baby, apparently the Twi'lek.
Beautiful.
Okay, shut up. If they have a baby, all the like Hera's like contributing to like the genes is apparently like, okay, her skin's green, so we'll make this kid have green hair. Like that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. Like he should have like some sort of the head tails like, but we don't need to get into genetics. Like not that kind of stream.
Honestly, the first time I ever saw their son, does he even have a name? I wonder if he's gonna.
Syndulla.
That's what it is.
Oh, that was literally right when you asked that. He popped that up. That was funny. Thanks, AI. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, do you want to talk about Mando now?
Yeah, I think we can segue.
Yeah,
We've gotten Bad Batch out of our system.
When it comes to sharing like video, do you just click it and it pops up? I know share tabs. I'm actually having a problem. I don't remember if it's.
I think if you for now.
There we go.
Nobody mentioned that you'll be fighting animals live. No one has commented on that.
They just know weird shit's gonna happen, and they're just like, yeah, it's just another day for fucking Alex. Yeah. All right, so we'll watch the trailer. We'll obviously, make a couple comments here and there, and then we'll go right into kind of just a breakdown, and we'll talk about it for a bit. But really quick, what does Barb's Basement have to say? I'll binge watch all of it and let you know if I think Sid should be thrown into the sun.
Gosh.
I agree. I think that's literally how I said I wanted her to die, was to be thrown into a sun.
Who is it? Was it Icarus who flew too close?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it was Icarus's son, right?
No,
Or was it Icarus himself?
Icarus himself. I totally forget his dad's name.
It's something with an E, I think.
Silly Icarus.
Oh, you're right. Oh God. He's not the one who died, so he's not famous
People
enough.
are scattered like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for?
So
the Death Star just hits them all.
He's driving like the freaking Lamborghini of Mandalorian suits, isn't he? Because everybody has like the colored hodgepodge armor, and he's like decked out full Beskar.
He's so shiny.
What do we stand for?
Yeah, like it seems like everyone like has pieces of Beskar, right? But like not like a full on, yeah. Like he's dripping, he's dripping in Gucci. Everyone else is at like Buffalo Exchange or
Ross.
Yeah, or Ross. Yeah, a couple of them got lucky at Ross and found some Beskar, and and Mando just went straight into the Beskar store and bought it all.
Beskar for only $14.99. What a steal! I love Ross.
Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight.
Why do you call him that?
You also have to know
so
how to
cute. Look at him. You just want to throw him.
So you don't actually hate him, right?
No, I love him.
That way.
It's a term of endearment.
You'll never be lost.
Oh, look at that little tiny piece of shit.
That's what I call Amanda's cats. I'm just like, look at your little fucking piece of shit. Yeah.
Oh my god. Cute. Alex's love language, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, so I saw some people talking about this. How can I pause it? They were saying he's in his like Cara Dune funeral attire. And I was just like, oh my god.
Do you think they're even gonna address? It's probably gonna even be one line,
She's
right?
just like not even mentioned again. They're just
she went to pursue right-wing acting.
There's like a Daily Wire pamphlet that one of them are holding. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's where she went." Oh, okay, and then they just put it in the trash. It's like just really weird. Yeah.
She's being interviewed by Alex Jones on like a TV screen of a cantina that they're in.
Oh my god, Mandalorian.
Because what's his face is in it.
You'll get your Fen Rao. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's logical if Fen Rao shows up.
What up, Dawn? I haven't seen you in a while.
I love that emoji avatar profile picture.
Why can't I see it?
Because you're blind.
I like literally. Oh, that's his head at the top. I was like, it just looked like a bunch of water to me. Okay. Anyway. What is she welding?
I don't like the armor. It's kind of a hot take. I don't really care for her.
Oh, the armorer, like the character itself.
The armorer.
You said the armor. I'm like, you don't like?
No, her armor's cool. I just don't like her really because she's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's just like she's the
that
same
is a spicy take.
She's like the same all the time, right? And there's
it's similar to Moff Gideon at this point. There's so much mystery behind them. Like develop them a little bit more, you know, like. Because she's had badass moments, but it's like, okay, how did she become a badass? You know, like I want to know.
Moff Gideon's like someone who like adapted, right? Like he was obviously someone, and he has like a cool backstory that makes it like all mysterious, right? And then he, does some things, becomes a, I guess, a warlord, if you will, in the fallen empire, and then the armorer is just someone who refuses, his stubborn as shit and refuses to adapt, right? And they just isolate themselves, and then, like, you have to abide by the certain rules, otherwise, you know, you're never going to be a Mandalorian. And it just reminds me of religion in a lot of ways, right? Growing up as a Catholic, it just reminds me a lot of that, and it definitely doesn't.
That's probably why I don't like her. Yeah,
boring, right? To me, and there's no dynamic vibe to it. She's like a cultist leader, right? And it's just like, okay, we get it. I mean, I don't mind her, right? And I love the actress, but her character like needs to have like maybe some kind of interesting twist in this season. Otherwise, it's going to be like really boring, right? Like, do you think
I agree. I don't know, but I agree with you. She needs to be developed. I feel the same way about Gideon. Like, I'm kind of tired of him. They need to develop him. They need to show more of his backstory or something, because they're both kind of one note, and they're both amazing actors, and they can do more with these characters, and I'd like to see them do that.
Super spicy take. I could picture Mando killing the armorer. Can I say that on stream? I could.
No,
I don't.
Kat. We're gonna have to remove you.
Is that even a hot take?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know why. I have a sneaking suspicion it could be in the books, because the reason he unmasked himself was, you know, for Grogu's sake on both occasions. I feel like, well, the other one was to save his own life, but
I like how it pops up as the. Did you see that? Like the.
Yeah.
Thanks, but also happy late birthday, Colin.
Yes, Colin.
Hope you had a good one.
Dude, Colin had a good year, man. He got to meet everyone.
Seriously.
I hope to God Pedro's at Celebration this year. That would be so sick. He's everyone's daddy, right? So he has to be there.
Is he going to be like too busy? He's just so in demand right now.
He is.
I don't even know if he's going to even be able to go.
He's everyone's daddy, man.
He's father, okay? He is father at this point.
If you need a dad, Pedro Pascal's got you.
It's like, can I hire you to be my dad? Like, no.
He's like, what the hell?
There was actually a lot of Twitter. I was like, you know, coming through Twitter, and they were saying this is like an example of, like, you know, the reverse card for, you know, objectifying the male, but like everyone brushes it off or something. Hold on,
what?
Find it.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like sexualizing him and all that stuff, you know, and then like it seems normal and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but we're guys and we like that, and it's okay. But anyway, I just think that argument's invalid regardless. But it's just interesting to hear people making arguments over like the littlest things.
Playing devil's advocate.
Have you seen the clip of him? He's on some like YouTube show, and they're like asking him questions, and then they're like, "Oh, they have him hooked up to like a lie detector test," and they're like, "Do you, when you're feeling down, browse the basically the thirst pages of yourself and to cheer yourself up?" And he's like, yes. And he just starts laughing. He starts like cracking up.
I like how he's like so real in his interviews, man. Like, that guy will like tell the truth all the time. Like, he'll never have like a PR person like in his ear, right? He'll always just like be honest. He's like, yeah, you know, like a normal person. I've always liked him for that. But anyway, do you guys get this reference?
No.
He's Faja. I'm pretty sure that's a Austin Powers reference, Sal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because the guy's from Holland, and that's how he says father.
Oh.
And he doesn't know what he's saying. He's trying to like interpret what he's saying. He's like, Faja, like the dad. Oh, the father. And then it's a really funny thing there. Yeah, see, I got you, Sal. I got you, bro. Okay.
So that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the force be with you!
That's after an entire episode on Tatooine.
Oh, God.
Yep. Where dat?
New Year's Eve, baby.
I'm swear, baby. They made their appearance. They're heading out.
That's when they get sucked into the MCU multiverse, according to Carl Weathers, and then
oh my God.
I should add
Armor's Rook cast. I've heard that theory. That would be interesting. I don't know if you guys remember Rook. Rook is one of the Mandalorians that works with Maul in the Clone Wars.
Is it the dude who?
No, it's a lady. The armor. It's a girl. It's a woman.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I'm sorry.
She got a sex
I meant
change.
to say, is it the chick that I'm meant to say the other? Like there was like two that we saw predominantly when Maul's doing his big speech about how you helped me in the Empire. There was like the guy with the good hair, and then the chick with like the emo hair or whatever. Was it that
That's the
one?
chick. Her.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because the guy dies.
That would be pretty
I don't
cool.
remember his name. Gar Saxon. Yeah. Saxon dies.
He dies in Rebels, right? Or no? Or am I
his
wrong?
brother dies in Rebels. I think they
okay.
have they're like twins or something.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I always need to brush up sometimes. Saxon. Dude, the way he says Saxon was always really cool too.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you...
Yeah, you want to talk about that again? He's straight up looking over at Anakin just killing everyone, right?
No, he's he's too young. He'd have to have been like a child at that point, though.
Benjamin Button, dude.
You'd act.
Oh my god.
It'll be too late.
The cave looks pretty cool. I'm really excited to see who that is. Vizsla.
No one.
I'm no one.
Yeah, that's Rey's. That's Rey's helmet.
Rey Skywalker.
Rey fit.
Oh my god.
Dude, imagine like Anakin comes in and fucking Grogu just like force pushes him and he just
bodies Anakin.
He just bodies Anakin and then makes him tired. He has to go nap, and then he wakes up in like a different area because someone saved him.
Palpatine's like, so you killed all the Jedi, right?
Oh,
and Anakin's like,
god.
All the Jedi, that's right.
I definitely did not get bodied by an infant.
I think the Star Wars fandom would just cave in on itself at that point. Honestly, I dare them to do it just to see what the fallout would be.
Star Wars Theory would like grow hair and then tear it out. He'd be so mad. He'd be so mad.
I'd be mad.
I like that the battles look good now. Like that everything, like from a CGI perspective, looks like Andor, and I'm happy about that.
Hang on, kid.
So, do you think we're gonna get Mandalorians fighting each other? Like, do you think we'll get the Armorers faction versus Bo-Katan's faction, and then Din will be kind of caught in the middle of it? Because it showed the big dude.
Well, yeah, and it also showed that he was with Bo-Katan at one point, so he definitely like sides with her, I think, or they're like trying to look for something together, and they're like agreeing on like a peace treaty for the moment. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be like a civil war, right? And I don't know if Mando's gonna pick a side, really. I think it's gonna be like they're ultimately gonna talk about, like, he's pleading his case to Bo, right, when she's on the throne. And he says, like, she says, like, where were you then? Like, your cult damaged our people or something, right? It's like, where were you then? And it's going to be like a conversation. They're going to get along, and then something's going to transpire down the road where he has to pick a side, maybe. And maybe like the end of, like, the beginning of this trailer is like somewhere in the middle, or like at the end of the season, right? Well, I guess we'll see.
Good point, though.
Yeah, henceforth you shall be known as the.
I think that's a name, like with an accent above it. That's a name in French, like te or whatever. But I think we'll relay that to the team and they'll fix that. Who are we? What do we stand for? Mando Civil War would be like cool, because then we'll have the clone revolt, so it'll be like all this like war happening.
Yeah, it would be a good setup for future seasons.
It'd be like 12 Mandalorians versus 13 Mandalorians, though. There's
well, they got Babu Frick on their side, so I think that's the way.
Especially high stakes. They're already low in numbers.
This is the way.
That's what he's gonna do to Anakin.
He's gonna, dude. This is actually a deleted scene.
Oh.
What it really is it's Anakin this entire time.
Yeah.
They just re-CGI'd the area. He's coming out of his little like his room that he has in the temple, and Anakin pops out. He jumps down from the top like that, and then fucking Grogu just bodies him, bro. It'll be sick. I would love that.
Man, losing to Grogu and then Obi-Wan in the span of a day is brutal.
Who do you think? Do you think whoever he's like choking is anyone important?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
It's like how we in the season 2 trailer where it's like, oh, who did Mando strap up on that light pole? And then like people were trying to like brighten the image, and it turned out to be the Cyclops suit that we see once.
Yeah, that was like the era of where you would pick every frame and make an inference because it's probably going to be something really cool, and then it just turns out to be nothing time and time again. People just gave up doing that. Yeah, I miss those days though when Star Wars was like that. The Force Awakens was like that.
When there was hope.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ryan Johnson like spit in all of our mouths and was like, "Your theories suck. Like, don't even try, noob."
Yeah.
And then,
pretty much.
From what I'm hearing, his trilogy is still alive. Am I correct, or am I spreading misinformation right now?
I think it's in limbo.
Yeah, I think it's in limbo, just like the Rogue Squadron, right?
That's just I can't keep up anymore. Rogue Squad. I thought that was just #done.
I thought it was #done.
Are we talking in hashtags now? What is happening?
I don't know.
I think he alone could save Star Wars like by a lot if he's done the right way.
Does Star Wars need saving right now?
Yes, it does. It needs a lot to like build it back up to where it was, right? Like, yeah, we're still gonna love Star Wars, but I mean, the casual is probably done with it, right? Like the casual tunes in, watches it. Oh, that was cool, and then we'll tune in later. Whereas, like now, it's like, is it even good? I'll wait for the reviews, and you would never hear about that with a Star Wars product, right? Or a Star Wars feature. And now it's like that's up for debate. You know, we're always gonna watch everything, regardless. You know, it's just you know, we're simped for Star Wars. But I think if Thrawn is done amazingly, like he can totally revive like that magic, right? But if he's done horribly, I don't even want to go there. It won't be. You know, this is like Kenobi all over, right? Where we're like, no, they can't fuck up Kenobi. There's no way it's gonna be bad.
That actually, you're actually onto something, and you raise a good point that I haven't even considered. Like, what makes Star Wars so iconic is the villains, and the fact that like the villains, obviously the heroes too, but like Darth Vader, anybody on the street, even if they've never seen Star Wars, can tell you who he is. Right now, this era of Star Wars, we really don't have an overarching villain, and I would argue that the sequels didn't really do that or invent a new one, because Snoke could have been it, but he got nixed 2 seconds later, and then of course it was just back to somehow Palpatine returned, and it's just like, this is recycled stuff, and it almost didn't have the same weight as like Palpatine in the prequels or original trilogy. And with all these Disney Plus shows, they're like creating the Filoni-verse, as we've called it, but like there's no who's the big bad right now. Like we don't have an iconic villain to be like, oh my god, that's like the biggest antagonist overarching over all of this yet, of course. So that's actually really, Thrawn could be like a lifeline. I don't know if Star Wars needs to be saved right now. I'm feeling pretty like Gucci about it coming off of Andor, but a big bad, like new, he's not new, but for live action, like that could actually crack the code.
Yeah, so I don't even hot take. I don't agree. I don't think he's gonna be the big bad, because, and I say that because based off of the Thrawn books that I've read, the canon Thrawn books that I've read, and Nicholas is right here. He acts different in the books than he does in the show. Like he's pretty much just a bad guy in the show, but in the books he's more nuanced. He's not really like, he doesn't really care about the Empire. His whole deal is he's only working for the Empire because his people, who are in like the Outer Rim, they're like a really advanced civilization called the Chiss, and his people have like their own little, like, it's not like an empire, but it's like a powerful civilization, and he's only working for the Empire mostly as like a deal with the Emperor to like, hey, you leave my people alone, we'll leave you alone. and also he's kind of seeing like, okay, could we beat the Empire if push came to shove? So he's not really like rah for the Empire, which is why I don't think he's gonna show up in Ahsoka and be leading like Imperial remnants. I think what's gonna happen, and I made a video about this like 2 years ago, but basically in the Thrawn books they don't have like hyperdrives. They navigate hyperspace by using like these girls who are like children, and they're force sensitive, and they can see like the pathways in hyperspace, and they use them as navigators, and they call them Skywalkers actually. And basically, I think that Ezra and Thrawn are going to be working together to train these Skywalkers, so that they can face off against some threat that we don't know about yet. And in Legends, that would be like the Yuuzhan Vong or whatever, like these really like powerful aliens that invade the galaxy. But in canon, we don't really know what that might be. But I don't know if Thrawn's gonna be like just a Thanos type figure. I'm not sold on that yet.
No, but what you just said, and this is what we were talking about with like Gus from Breaking Bad, for example, and like why Vader's such a great hero too. It's because deep down there is a humanized person in there. We know where Vader comes from, and that he's not all entirely this horrible person for no reason necessarily. Same with like Gus from Breaking Bad. Like they have their reasons, and when they are humanized more, like it can be even scarier, like in a way, or at least you almost are like rooting for them too in a way, which is even more intriguing than someone who's just like bad for no good reason at all and you don't understand their motives. So if they were to actually portray him in that way, that might be even like sweeter, honestly.
Yeah, I never like depicted Thrawn as being like the big bad, right? I was only saying I think if his character is done right, there's now a new character that everyone can like fawn over or make theories about or be happy to see again, right? And then they want to go back to like the books, or it'll just bring a lot more excitement to the fandom, right? Because he's an amazing character, and I'd say like his current like calculated, stoic personality is like perfect for that, and people love that. I don't imagine him being like the Kylo Ren or the Vader or the Thanos, right? We still need to have one of those at some point to actually kind of feel invested, instead of it just being like a Sunday or Saturday morning cartoon, right? Or seeing to be fair, in this episode we predicted that she would say faster tech at some point, and she never said it. I was really upset about that, but yeah.
You have an interesting point. I think that Star Wars needs to do something different with a villain, in that Star Wars always kind of does the, like with Kylo Ren, they basically copied Vader. It's like, okay, he turns back to the light at the end and then dies. And then Snoke was basically copying the Emperor. It's like, okay, he's just a pure evil psychopath who wants power, and then he dies. They need something where, honestly, Maul kind of fits into this, where it's like, he doesn't wimp out and turn good at the end, but he has his idea. He has his ideas. He makes good points at times, and he's a very flawed character. And just more characters like that, that aren't necessarily like carbon copies of Vader, because that's what Star Wars made its bread on. I get it, but you have to like expand your villains. You have to have different types of villains. And I don't think Star Wars has done that very well, because they have like Vader, they have Palpatine, who are like goats, like they're some of the greatest villains of all time ever. Then Maul's really good, and then you have like some other smaller ones who are interesting, but you don't have like, when was the last like original amazing Star Wars villain?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
is the last man standing like Dooku-ish? Like, is he the most recent aside from Maul?
But the thing with Dooku is he wasn't amazing when he first came out. He was like solid. He was interesting, but he wasn't like iconic. And then they've had to like rehabilitate, and Maul too. They've had to rehabilitate.
Or they had to bring back Palpatine to be able to create that, and that was also a really bad idea, right? It's like there's so many arguments about this, like on so many pages that are just, they're people who always love the OT and they thought it should end there, right? And they shit on the prequels, all that. They say Star Wars is like, it's a small universe. If you try to go outside of it, it ruins it. It's not good enough. It can't be expanded. All this shit. And I was like, I disagree 100%. I think there's a lot you can do if you actually have people who care about the IP and people who actually want to have hire good writers, right? And to be fair, Andor is a prime example of that, right? It's a character that was a spin-off character inside of a prequel series of a prequel, right? In essence, and we cared a lot about that show. So it shows you we aren't in that realm of there isn't other things we can do or explore. We just need it to be passion. There just needs to be passion behind the writing, right?
Question is who. I don't foresee. Frankly, I think the bar set so high with Vader and Palpatine. I don't foresee a future in which also content that we're getting either only goes backwards or until we get futuristic, post sequels content, which Lord knows how the fandom would receive that. But I'm fully welcoming that, because if we were to ever get content like that, and there is somehow, but it's just the time I feel is past to the time to have a big new badass villain would have been the sequels, and didn't happen.
Yeah, and I don't even know what they would do, because I feel like with a big villain in Star Wars, they almost have to be force sensitive, and Thrawn would be the exception. In Legends, he was amazing, but every major villain is force sensitive, and if you were gonna do that post sequels, you'd have to kind of shoehorn someone in there. It's well, why weren't they involved in some dark sider? Why weren't they involved in anything, in any of the events prior? I don't know. It's just I feel like it would just be wiser to jump 100, 200 years in the future, and then you just do what you want.
Clean
or
slate.
Go into the past. Yeah, just do what you want. Don't try to build off the back of the sequels, because honestly, they didn't really leave you much room to grow. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We took a little bit of sidebar, but this is just a quick article. We can go through a couple of the hot topics from the trailer. I actually didn't know that this is what they were called.
Kowakian monkey lizard.
It's like Avatar, how they have hybrid things, like a monkey.
Yeah.
Or like Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo.
What?
Oh god.
I need to catch up on
where you
all
just
that.
scammed everyone. Yeah. Do you know about it though, Kat? I know Zach doesn't. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I do know about it. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
It was a big drama. I gotta catch up on all my YouTube controversy videos. I'm a sucker for those. I'm sorry.
Just Logan Paul being a piece of shit. That's all you need to know.
Who's worse, Logan Paul or Sid?
Oh my god.
Oh, man, that's a tough one, dude. That's a tough one.
We can try the poll, but the poll is very reliant on the chat actually voting instead of
that's
if they just comment, it ruins the poll because
I
don't even remember how to do it.
I could do it. Okay, chat.
You can try it.
If I'm gonna do a poll during the time that the poll is up, you can only comment your what you want to answer. Otherwise, it'll fudge the poll up. So hold your comments. We're gonna do who is worse.
Are you doing
Logan
it right now?
Paul? Yeah.
Okay.
Logan Paul.
Oh god.
Sid.
Is Alice referring to? Oh, I guess I can't ask yet. Don't say anything. This is hard.
All right. The poll is going. So, oh, that's not good.
Oh god. Milk.
Use quotation marks around your answer so we can capture it accurately. Sid or Logan Paul, who's worse?
Oh my. How did we ever get here?
So we need to ask them to put. They need to put. Okay. There's one for Sid.
Okay, so the quote.
Oh, cool.
The quote's
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's 2 for Sid. That's 3 for Sid.
Dang. Logan Paul's looking real angelic right now.
But did she scam her fans though? That's the real question. We got to bring that up.
She might scam the Bad Batch later on.
LP. I guess it's
Logan Paul's
LP.
got one. Sid's 4-1 right now.
Oh goodness.
We'll go 10 more seconds.
FM Logan. What?
Okay, so Logan's got 2.
for me, Logan, I guess that means. I don't know.
So I guess when we do it, we have to tell them to be like specific. Like everyone has to respond the same way. Either you say Sid or Logan. Because if you say like something else, it's just kinda, like in a separate category.
AI doesn't know how to handle it. LP.
All right, it's 4-3.
Well, it looks like Sid's a piece of shit.
Sid
God,
is worse.
that's really sick. I actually thought like Logan Paul was having his like Renaissance.
He
comeback.
was having a comeback story, and then he fucks it all up by being an idiot. But anyway, we won't talk about that anymore. It doesn't matter. An early, easily missed moment in the Mandalorian trailer shows a familiar-looking creature perched up in a tree. This creature is of the same species as Salacious B. Crumb. Holy shit!
I love
Jabba
that
the
guy.
Hutt's court jester in Return of the Jedi. They are both Kowakian monkey lizards, which is often served as pets. Which often served as pets among the Star Wars underworld's very worst. However, this creature is unlikely to be Crumb himself. Holy shit!
Yeah, probably
as he was
not.
killed when Jabba's barge, the katana, exploded in Return of the Jedi. I think it's safe to say that isn't him because there's like 20 of them there. The world.
I like how it's like it's unlikely to be him because he's dead. It's like, of course, it's not him.
It's like the fact that they had to even write that. They could have just removed that and said, like they could have just like stopped it after, like this.
Hey,
part.
we thought what's his face was dead too. Max Reno.
Well, I guess honestly, the Star Wars fandom is notorious for like linking things to existing things. So, I mean, it's not out of this world for them to have to explain that. Look, it's not that one guy that you know.
Yeah.
So
when I was a kid, I thought Sifo Dyas was Qui-Gon for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, because he's like you don't. Master Sifo Dyas is still with your order, and then Obi-Wan's like, well, he died 10 years ago, and I was like, well, Qui-Gon died 10 years ago. So maybe Sifo Dyas is just another name for Qui-Gon.
Oh, yeah, you were a big brain kid. I was not. I was just like, I don't know who that is. I don't really care. Look at the war. I was like, holy shit. Anyway.
Star Wars still cannot escape Tatooine.
Preach.
The return of... Is her name Peli?
Yeah.
Peli, yeah.
Peli
Moto, I think.
Princess Catherine or whatever her name is in BoJack.
In Mandalorian Season 3 trailer means that the show will return to Star Wars' most visited planet, Tatooine. Which, by the way, I was typing this out, like I was doing something, and I was typing it out, and I'm like, is that spelled right? And I looked at it. I totally thought it had 2 T's and 1 I. And like now looking at this, it just looks weird to me. I don't know. Yeah, that is the correct spelling, but I just always thought it had 2 T's. I don't know if you guys thought the same. Maybe I'm just weird.
I do always think that there's 2 T's, but also you only thought there was 1 O, or you thought there was multiple
I thought
I's?
the O and the I. No, I thought 1 I. Because so you got 2 T's, or maybe it was 2 T's, 2 O's. I would need to write it out to remember. It's one of those weird things for me. I don't know. Well, chat. How do you guys spell Tatooine? Am I crazy?
You're crazy. That's how it's spelled right there.
No, I know, but how did you? I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, it's Tatooine.
Anyway, okay, shut the fuck up. The Star Wars franchise as a whole has received backlash for repeatedly returning to Dune-inspired desert planet, and it seems that Mandalorian Season 3, he needs to get those keywords in there heavy. Holy shit! It seems that the Mandalorian Season 3 will not be exempt from this criticism. However, given Peli Motto's appearance in the trailer, it looks inevitable that Jaren and Grogu will return to her Mos Eisley spaceport hangar before jetting off to Mandalore in the Mandalorian Season 3.
Or that's just a whole filler episode where she's like, I need you to get these parts for me, and then I can give you this droid. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, well, then unfortunately I can't give you this droid. And he's like, fine. Like every filler episode in The Mandalorian works ever.
Oh god.
They just like recast her with the Sid actress, and you just hear that voice, and then you just like throw your TV.
Or like this is just a stand-in. They actually like shot, like they have some CGI where it's actually Sid who's working there now. Yeah, I would die.
Hey guys, I am back just now. Thanks for asking me. Thanks
for being here. Charlie.
There's
We got two
multiple
Charlies.
Oh my god! I remember when we had 2 Fulcrums in here, and we were so.
Where
Oh
is
my God.
Fulcrum? Is he safe?
I don't know. I
Is
should
he
message
all
him
right?
on Discord and ask him if he's okay. Send him that meme. Are you safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Charlie's, we're gonna need you to fight. There can only be
There
one.
can only be one true Charlie. We just sit here and wait.
And now we wait.
Add it to the docket. The Charlie's fight.
Okay, and here we got Order 66 flashback teases Grogu's Jedi Savior. One of the most arresting visuals in the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer is a shot of several Jedi preparing to battle Anakin Skywalker and the 501st Legion in the Siege of the Jedi Temple during Order 66. This teases that the Mandalorian may finally explore how Grogu survived the Jedi Purge in Revenge of the Sith, while the Book of Boba Fett already included a flashback that depicted Grogu witnessing the deaths of 3 Jedi during the Purge. It did not reveal how he escaped the 501st Legion. Do you guys think we'll see Anakin here?
I don't want to. I don't want to. And the only reason why, this is coming from me, y'all. This is coming from me. I'm obsessed with Hayden Christensen. In any other circumstance, I would say F yes. And I don't know if we talked about this in behind the scenes chat or on a little bit on Tuesday evening, but I think what Mandalorian has been so good because it was a fresh slate and it was so different and it didn't need to necessarily draw from other lore, other canon, it's definitely become very cameo heavy, but it does it like tastefully where applicable. I really just feel like it doesn't even need an Anakin cameo, and almost to the point it would feel just out of place because the show has done such a good job of just like being its own thing that isn't reliant. I don't know. Feel free to disagree, but I feel like I don't know if I want it to be.
My head agrees with you, but my heart wants to see Anakin.
We're probably going to see an Anakin hallway scene.
That'd be in this episode in Mandalorian. Probably not the place for it, but an Anakin like Jedi Temple scene would be so cool.
Seeing that like we talked about this on Tuesday, seeing the hallway scene just revamped. They have the fucking files. They can just pull them up, do the whole like Shaak Ti killing, and then walking through the temple. Or take out the Shaak Ti killing and have him walking through the temple, and you see the whole entire temple just collapsing in on itself, Jedi fighting, troopers falling, just something where it's like a big war, right? And not like a closed-in environment. Like,
is that something that Pixel Joker could do?
I sent it to him, and he said he would need like a 4K or ProRes version, and I've been looking everywhere for it. The best version I could find was 1080, and I sent it to him, and he's like, "Yeah, no, the pixels are all fucked." And I'm like, shit.
Damn, that'd be so sick.
I know. I was gonna originally have that in the edit because I'm like, dude, have you seen this? He's like, I've never seen this before. I'm like, do you have like a 4K or ProRes version? I'm like, let me check. And I went in the archives. The archives were incomplete, and now I'm sad about it. But
we need to get George on the stream, and he'll hook us up with it.
Yeah, I mean, once we get closer to the re-edit, we'll have him on, and we can talk all about it and show some scenes that no one's seen. So that's going to be fun. But anyway, overall, I don't want to see Anakin. I don't really want to see a hallway scene. But if we do see Anakin, it has to be done right and not.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look cheap. I don't want him to look like an old man either. I'm sorry.
Oh.
CGI him. I'm sorry. We have to. He needs to look like Lil Annie. Okay.
If they do. All right, this might sound counterintuitive. I just flat out said.
It's whoever speaks.
It's whoever speaking. Is that bother? Like we were testing it out today. We didn't do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not.
But since we talk so much, it's like it is bouncing back and forth. But when there is someone that's just having like a monologue, like a moment, it highlights it, right?
A monologue.
Yeah.
Kat, you're the actress. Monologue for us.
Oh God. I mean, might sound counterintuitive, but if they do bring Anakin back, it kind of needs to be this is going to sound weird at first, a Book of Boba Fett situation in which they dedicate an entire episode to it. I don't want some flashback that's like 5 seconds, because that's going to feel so random.
Oh, it's going to feel
cheap. It's going to really feel like if you're going to do it, because it wouldn't feel wrong. Grogu's one of the most intriguing characters. They freaking put the spotlight on him, literally brought him back after the point of what we thought was no return, and we all literally like sobbed thinking that we were never going to see him again. They're clearly like capitalizing on him and the mystery around him and the potential of what is his story? How the heck did he survive Order 66? Like, tap into that shit. Like, if you're going to show it, take up half an episode or something. And
You're
like,
gonna show it, fucking show it.
No, I never thought about that before, Kat. That's a good idea. Like if they took like say they make it an episode, it's like how Grogu's escape. And the interesting part about this shot here is that it doesn't look super like he's having like a like remember how they did it in the Book of Boba Fett where it was
it was this, like it had the iris around the outside.
It was really
and it was like
This just looks like you're there at the temple.
Yeah.
Like it's a POV obviously, but it is in slow-mo, isn't it? Isn't the shot in slow-mo?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it
could be a trailer thing.
It could be. You're right, it could be. But I mean the trailer wasn't like the second one wasn't amazing in my opinion, right? And I don't think that they really went to that length to hide that it wasn't slow motion, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. I have an inkling, dude, that it's like literally the same shot, just we get to see the full length of it, and then
like it's where his previous memory cut off.
Yeah, it's just like we see like the full length of it.
I thought of that too. I checked. It's a little different. I think there's more Jedi in this shot, and also, this would be before that, right?
Yeah,
because the door hasn't been opened yet, so it's possible. I just don't. I think that in the Book of Boba Fett shot, all the Jedi have hoods on except for like that one dude on the left and the front.
There are a lot of people saying that it's the area where it's like the hologram that Obi-Wan sees too. A lot of people are saying,
"Oh, it could be."
Like Obi-Wan sees him killing a bunch of Jedi, and it could be all of these guys right here.
Because that could be Sindralig.
And it could be an area where it does have like monitors, right? It does have cameras or whatever, security, whatever the fuck, right? And they probably didn't destroy it when they left, and Obi-Wan got to see it when he came back.
But honestly, since it seems like Yoda's species is very powerful with the Force and very rare, Anakin might make it a priority to kill Grogu. Like, you don't want like another Yoda, happening.
Well, speaking of that, do you want him to be related to anyone, or would you rather him be his own character completely and have no relation that we know about?
I don't want him related to like Yaddle or Yoda or anything. I just want him to be, because we don't know anything about Yoda's species, which is crazy. Because we know like something about pretty much everything in Star Wars, and they still like it doesn't matter if it's like Legends or canon. We don't know anything about Yoda's species.
This is the time. Now's the time. Come on, Mando.
Yeah.
They must be hiding something big, though, if they're showing us Jedi.
Well, when you think about it, we're getting to see this scene in a trailer, right? And generally, they don't show all the cool parts of the show in the trailer, unless that's what they're doing now, and the art of trailer making has gone downhill. I feel like there's a lot more that we're going to get to see that's going to be really, really like mind-blowing and awesome, right? Like this season's probably going to pack a punch. But I want to be cautiously optimistic always, as I have to be with Star Wars now.
I do think also if we hadn't gotten those scenes in Book of Boba Fett, I don't think they would be showing this in the teaser. I think the fact that we've already kind of seen snippets of it, it's like kind of fair play-ish, but I do agree. There's always a huge surprise in store, or at least that's what the trajectory of this show seems to be. If they are trying to top what they did in season 2, like, and just keep going, like, there must be something huge.
Grogu was created by Aqua. God damn it. Which, Charlie, by the way, the special member emojis, you'll be able to make it rain on here. They just have to plug that in they have to get the okay from YouTube. But you guys, with all the custom emojis who are members, are going to be able to make it rain like all the funny emojis. So I'll probably add a couple more. That would be really funny to see falling. So we'll get on that like probably in the next couple weeks or so. So that'll be fun.
He was created by Saruman and Isengard. Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Are we even sure that Yoda species is real? I mean, who else has seen one of them? I think it's all a sham by the Sith, to be honest.
Oh my god.
Seeing Coruscant after the original.
Seeing Coruscant after the original trilogy is surprising. Yeah, see, he's looking at the Sith Temple. I mean, the Jedi Temple.
The Sith Temple.
Okay. Anyway, the most surprising location seen in the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer is that of Coruscant. While the city-covered planet served as the central setting of the Star Wars prequel trilogy, tie-ins suggest that by the time of the Mandalorian setting, Coruscant has lost its importance. This is due to the status as galactic capital being taken away by the New Republic and given to other planets, such as The Force Awakens, Hosni, and Prime, on a rotating basis. Okay. The Mandalorian trailer suggests that Coruscant retains some relevance in the post-Imperial Star Wars universe. Well, I fucking hope it does.
There's no way it's irrelevant. I mean, look at New York City isn't the capital of New York, and yet it's still one of the biggest, most important cities in America. So even if it's not
trade
the capital,
alone would be the reason for importance, right?
Exactly.
I'm sure, right? So
but also, Dr. Pershing, I know what he's looking at. That picture's from Attack of the Clones where Obi-Wan's falling through the. he's just looking at him as he drops.
Free falling.
It's just like, is that a person falling to their death?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Not that that's ever going to happen, but if that is actually what it is, I swear to God, Zach, I'm gonna send you like $50. Like that would be the funniest thing ever.
I want someone to edit it together.
We should make. Oh, okay. Challenge accepted. I'll wait for the show to come out though.
Okay.
Salutations, Sal.
See you, Sal.
Oh, Sal's leaving. Later, brother.
Sal's pulling an Alice and he's leaving us.
No.
Alice, don't pull an Alice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next topic. Droid bar is a big new hope reversal. The droid bar included in the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer looks to be a major reversal of the Mos Eisley Cantina. During A New Hope, droids R2D borrowed from entry from Wooer. The Mandalorian's bar, by contrast, seems to only cater to droids. One shocking reappearance in the bar is that of the prequel trilogy's B-1 battle droids. This will be the first time the battle droids have appeared in a live-action Star Wars project in post-prequel time frame.
That's true.
Woo!
At least the B-ones, because the B-2s are in Mandalorian Season 1 in the flashback, but...
They've always had, their own personalities, too, so it'd be really funny to see them just as, civilians, just, walking around. Just yeah, well, I mean, separatists are done. It's all war now. We're just chilling. and then they see a Jedi and they're just like, no, we're not. And they're it's sad. It's like a story. It's like a whole episode of one droid's trying to become normal and assimilate in society. And
oh my god!
His whole life just gets taken from him.
He's an alcoholic.
I'm sorry, that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? I don't know. Anyway, next topic: Grogu's force powers pay off his Luke Skywalker training. That was worded weird. Oh yeah, which by the way, okay, do you think it's going to be jarring for anyone? Unless at this point everyone's probably seen Book of Boba Fett, but do you think anyone who skipped it and just are excited for Mandalorian, they're casuals, and they see this, they're like, wait, how is he already back with Din? Do you think they're going to explain that, or it's just going to be like, watch the show, bro, watch Book of Boba Fett?
What if the first 2 episodes of this are just the 2 episodes from the Book of Boba Fett that Din was in? And and that's just like a fourth of the season.
We're like, wait, didn't we already see this? And they're like, no, you did not see anything.
You didn't, yeah. This is original content. You love it.
Oh my!
You will rewatch it over and over again. We won't spend a dime on new shots. Yeah, exactly.
I will rewatch it over and over again, and you won't spend a dime on new stuff.
The Mandalorian Season 3 trailer shows that Grogu is still strong in the Force, even after abandoning his Jedi training with Luke Skywalker in the Book of Boba Fett. During the trailer, a fearsome creature jumps out at Grogu and snarls, only for the child to push them away with the Force with ease. That's worded weird. The Mandalorian's trailer shows that even though Grogu picked to travel with Din Djarin over continue his Jedi... What? Even though Grogu picked to travel with Din Djarin over continue his Jedi training, That doesn't mean that he has abandoned the
Proofread your
Force.
articles, folks.
Doesn't mean that he has abandoned the Force. On the contrary, it seems that Grogu's Force abilities have only grown in strength following his time with Luke Skywalker.
How's he making that assumption? I mean, Grogu lifted a freaking rhinoceros off the ground in the first.
Well, he didn't pass out after this. Well, actually, it did cut to black, so we don't know. But maybe he's able to not just go take a nap after or something, you know.
Also, A21, do not manifest that. I do not want to see Sid in Mandalorian.
God.
I'm hoping there are at least 4 episodes of Boba in this
Look
show.
at Alice's comment.
You know,
it's funny. Amazing.
It's funny because in Book of Boba Fett we saw Mando and everything, but what if in like Mandalorian we just see like Anakin episodes, right? Or just like we just see like him as Vader randomly for like 2 episodes, and like this is amazing, but what the fuck is happening? We're so weird. Do they not know what show they're shooting for?
We mixed up the files.
They're like, wait, we put that. They'll love it.
Someone tampered with the archive memory.
Ooh, good one. Mandalore has a dark history in Star Wars and will be key to Mandalorian Season 3. The planet of Mandalore looks to be a central location in The Mandalorian Season 3. And from the looks of the trailer, the show will not shy away from its dark history. The Empire has not been kind to Mandalore and has seemingly reduced the planet's infrastructure to little but rubble. Din Djarin may be seeking forgiveness, or he just said he's seeking forgiveness, for the crime of removing his helmet. But there may not be many Mandalorians left to absolve him. Although she has not been seen in the trailer, Bo-Katan, Katie Sackhoff, is sure to feature in The Mandalorian Season 3. Well, if she's in the first trailer and not in the second trailer, it doesn't mean that she's just been like removed from the show. So
yeah,
I think that's safe to say. Bo-Katan's goal.
Katie Sackhoff hasn't compared being Republican to being a Jewish person during the Holocaust, has she?
I guess we'll have to see.
That's how you get removed from the show. I
know, or just like say anything, really. Bo-Katan's goal in Season 2 of The Mandalorian was to become the ruler of Mandalore by claiming the Darksaber from Moff Gideon. However, Din Djarin claimed it in the season finale, making him Mandalore's ruler. The Darksaber must be worn in combat for the wielder's claim to the throne of Mandalore to be legitimate. So The Mandalorian Season 3 is sure to feature an inevitable duel between Djarin and Bo-Katan. I don't think so. I honestly don't think that's going to happen.
What do you think's going to happen then? Because I think that's...
I think it's going to be... I mean, I don't know if maybe they've always kind of been... Like, they always approached the cult Mandalorian ways differently. So I can only imagine that they would adapt and be like, we don't actually need the Darksaber to rule this place or whatever. Let's just absolve our differences here and talk about it. And they talk about it. They go to a cave, they see like a Vizsla helmet or something, right? And they remember their history or some shit. And then Mando like goes and like meets up with like the people who saved him, right? And they're just like, we're gonna go fuck up Bo-Katan's crew or whatever, or some shit like that. And then it's gonna be like an all-out war, and Din's gonna be like, I don't know what to do. And then he's gonna come in and like somehow save her or help them, or I don't think they're gonna fight each other. It doesn't seem like there's hatred when we see them hanging out in the cave.
It's not about hatred though. I can tell you why I think they will fight each other, and it's because in Rebels,
gotcha.
In Rebels, Sabine just gave Bo-Katan the Darksaber, and then Mandalore collapsed. So I think Bo-Katan might be superstitious and be like, I have to earn this via combat, otherwise bad things are going to happen to the Mandalorians, because that's what happened. It's like this curse, like you have to win it in combat.
Oh, that's a fair point. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Yeah, and whether that's real or not, it's up for debate, but Mandalorians believe that misfortunes will happen if you don't win it legitimately via combat.
What did you all have for dinner? I was tricked by a vegan to eat tofu and I hated it. It was so offensive that I have sworn off Thai food until further notice.
Okay. That's what's on my docket for dinner. I was gonna make tofu tonight.
Well, you can't have it now, Kat, so
that was on your docket.
I'm glad that we're popularizing the word docket.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan, actually. At first I was like, and now I'm a fan.
We can make it like our thing.
It's just our thing. No one else can use it.
Yeah, no one else says docket.
Patent pending. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Have you guys eaten dinner yet?
No, I have not.
Right. Yeah, we haven't even dinner yet. We're after the stream. We will. Yeah, I know Grogu is the same age as Anakin, but would have been trained from birth, more or less. Only stopped because of Order 66.
Oh yeah, they are the same age, aren't they? Don't talk it till you knock it.
Oh my god.
Is this like Pablo? Because that's
It
Pablo
looks like
Hidalgo.
him.
Is this Pablo's like next evolutionary step?
Dude, we need something to represent don't dog it till you knock it.
Oh my god.
Dock it. Star Wars and True Crime.
Look at us. We're revitalizing this word.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Just look at us. That's it. Just look at us. Yeah, Alice out here giving Kat all these compliments, and she's leaving us in the dust. Like, what? Dude, are we not beautiful, Alice? You think Kat's the only beautiful one here? Is that how it is?
Alice is just my girl, all right? Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly.
I'm very jealous.
Don't get the
I want Alice to call me beautiful. Makes me sad.
The power that Alice's words have for our validation.
Yeah. I need Alice to say we're beautiful so that I can feel good about myself.
Oh, we were just talking about this. Carson Teva, I'm assuming that's how you say it, teases a bigger threat. Is it Thrawn? Boom. Inside and out. That's what someone says when they find you to be abhorrent, but it's okay. Anyway, Captain Carson Teva, which I love this guy, by the way, warns Din Djarin of something dangerous in The Mandalorian Season 3, teasing the potential biggest threat to the bounty hunter yet. While no footage of the character is seen in the trailer, it is suspected that the threat that Captain Teva brings up is that of Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Nope.
It is not. Thrawn was introduced in a non-canon Star Wars expanded universe, but was later brought up into Disney's new canon and animated show Star Wars Rebels. Thrawn is mentioned by Ahsoka Tano in Season 2 of Mandalorian as the master to the Magistrate of Corvus and could appear as an antagonist in Season 3. Thrawn, that would be way too much going on if that happened too. Thrawn's skills as a tactician and loyal crew could pose the biggest threat to Din Djarin and Grogu. However, his appearance is not certain, and the threat could come from Dr. Pershing, seen on Coruscant in Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. Pershing's appearance in the trailer teases that the Empire is ramping up its search for Grogu in the Mandalorian Season 3.
No.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's not Thrawn. I really would be disappointed if Thrawn is trying to bring Palpatine back, because that
would be so dumb.
That's not Thrawn. Like that, he doesn't care about that.
That would be so dumb. Oh my god.
Honestly, he probably wouldn't be too upset that the Empire collapsed. Like I said, like it'd be one less threat to his people. So it would be them just completely ignoring their canon novels that they wrote, which is the whole reason that they got rid of the EU, because things conflicted. And if they ignore the novels, then there you go. You're having things conflict again.
He's warning Mon Mothma.
Oh, he thinks he's talking to Mon Mothma. That'd be kind of interesting if Mon Mothma was in the show.
I wouldn't mind seeing Mon Mothma again.
Article says like,
yeah, it says a lot of things, but that's what it has to do, right? That's what Star Wars is. It's also Screen Rant, I think. So it's all,
Oh.
It can be taken with like I almost said
a grain of salt.
I said a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt, and a little bit of black pepper in there. God, I'm delirious right now. Anyway, this is last topic. Babu Frick like aliens bring back Rise of Skywalker's breakout character.
I love how it says Babu Frick like, as if they're not the same species.
As if Babu Frick is like the overlord of all that species. Yeah. One last shocking connection to the wider Star Wars universe contained in The Mandalorian Season 3 is a surprise appearance of the Anzellans.
I didn't know they had a name.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Anzellans is what they are, I guess.
And that's coming from Zach, our standby encyclopedia.
I know. It'd be so funny if this was just made up. Like, that isn't actually real.
I don't bother to learn about like the sequel stuff. So
yeah.
Ouch. Yeah. Oof.
Last scene in the breakout character of Babu Frick in The Rise of Skywalker, the Anzellans were one one of the few great things about the Skywalker Saga's final episode.
Yeah.
While this is a biased article, while it has not been confirmed, there's a strong possibility that one of the Anzellans featured in the Mandalorian season trailer might be the fan favorite character Babu Frick himself. If so, it would be another moment in the Mandalorian season trailer with a greater connection to the Star Wars universe.
We need a freaking just sound. Like, oh my god, we gotta get our little sound panel.
Knights of Melvin Bastard's trailer. Do you guys know who this is?
I
Knights
do
of Melvin?
not.
I might have seen their videos like in passing on my feed.
He's a little controversial. I mean, I bashed it for just editorial reasons, right? Not for what is in it necessarily. Me and Zach agreed. Like the Ant-Man trailer was absolutely horrible, because it basically showed the entire film, and also just was I hated the way it was cut as well. But I mean, I liked the first trailer of Mandalorian far more than the second one. I will say I was way more hyped up from the first one. But yeah. Anti-Disney show person. Yeah.
Oh. Can you be an anti-shill? I thought shill meant.
I feel like. Yeah.
Those are a dime a dozen. There's just like 1,000 of those channels.
Yeah, I know Mahler's always hated it.
Whoa. I feel like that's really bold. I would dare to venture. I mean, the trailer was Tom kind of like put things into perspective for me because I was like, I'm really shocked that they're airing the trailer during like Monday Night Football. It just feels so obscure. And he said it's like literally one of the most popular shows in the world. And it actually is on like IMDb's like top 10 most anticipated shows for 2023. It was number 1 on trending. Like, I think I've kind of forgotten because Andor didn't get as much buzz as I thought it deserved, but it really was kind of like dead air for like anywhere outside the fandom. I didn't hear people like talking about it versus Mando is like way bigger sometimes than I remember it to be.
I mean, Mando always. Sorry, Zach. I'll say one thing.
No, go for it.
Mando always kind of had a hall pass for season 1 because it was kind of like a separate story, right? So it was okay that it was like like the same thing over and over again because it was like something new, right? We were okay with it.
Yeah.
But when it keeps doing that, right, that's when there's a problem. And I don't think it's going to do that in this season. But I can understand like the criticism from it, but I think it's like unwarranted because the show itself was supposed to be that kind of show, right? It wasn't intended to be, a cinematic masterpiece of any sort. It was just supposed to be exploring a new realm. It's supposed to be like a Saturday morning cartoon, right? Because that's what they always described the way they made the show, as an homage to like feeling like that as a kid. So I was okay with season 1, right? But then when season 2 started doing it, we were kind of like, oh, okay. And then at the end, we were like, oh, okay. And then Luke came out. It blew our goddamn minds, right? But I mean, yeah, there's only so much you can do. But I will say, I don't think it deserves to be thrown under the bus completely, right? But as a lot of the YouTubers do, who have those kind of channels where it's like hating on things as like what their content is, right?
Yeah. For me, I view Mandalorian. I'll use like a food analogy. It's like my go-to meal when I like don't feel like really making anything elaborate is like just pasta. Like I'll make some pasta, and like that's what the Mandalorian is to me. It's like it's not amazing, but it's reliable. It's always like it's got like a steady quality that you can just like expect and enjoy. It's not gonna blow your mind usually. But
it'll never let you down.
It's reliable.
Great carbs, and it's not super nutritious for you, but it'll get you by.
Yeah, it's old reliable, and that's what the Mandalorian is. It's just reliable. It's like a 7 out of 10.
I mean, speaking as an Italian, I'm gonna say
me
sometimes
too.
Though pasta
I'm Italian too.
Life altering. Okay, squad.
I'm saying sometimes, like when I make it though, not like a chef makes it.
Yes, but pasta can be like you can definitely have some bad pasta if you just make it. Do it if you let it just do its thing naturally. It's it's not sometimes going to be the most mind-blowing thing, but sometimes there are life-altering plates of pasta. So I feel like that's how Mando can be, because I will always have a special place in my heart from that season 2 finale. That is in my most recent like Star Wars history, the most emotionally impacted I've been. I'll never like forget it. So I see what you're saying. I think pasta's a good analogy because you can dress it up. It'll be there for you at the end of the day. It's never gonna let you down. But it has a variety.
You might find a Luke Skywalker in your pasta.
Yeah. Like, is that Luke? Oh, I got a Luke in my pasta.
You're just eating your pasta and you hear,
He's like, you just hear a ow. You're like, what the fuck?
Forget Jesus toast. I want Luke Skywalker pasta.
Anyway, we went a little bit over. I think that about wraps up the show for today, guys.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
But that was a good one. And Chewbacca, welcome.
Yeah, to all the
everyone else who's new in here, we have a Discord. Drop in the Discord. You'll know when we're live. All three of our videos, all three of our channels are linked there. So anytime any of us post a new video, it's popped in the Discord. You'll be notified immediately. So be sure to pop in there. Once we hit 500, we will be giving away stuff. So be sure to do that. We're loving this new platform. We will kind of see where it goes and all the new advancements that come with it. I hope you guys like it too. I think it's way better than what we were using. And I look forward to working with that team to make this an even better platform for you all too. So if you guys have any like requests too for anything that you would like to see while we're doing this live stream, you can drop it in the Discord and we can relate that to the team. We can add all sorts of cool AI things, meme things, whatever. Just let us know and we'll do it.
Before we go, rain down emojis upon us, chat. Make it hail.
I'll reset it really quick.
Now's your chance.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yay! Yay!
More.
Oh, I need to do the. Do we have that? We didn't do it. Oh, I don't have it in there yet.
Yeah, I love the 100s.
Let's go.
Hundo, drop the Benjamins. It's like, all right, now make it rain with donos. Yay! No, I'm just kidding. They're like, how? No, all you have to do is drop emojis, brother.
Is that Hulk?
Whoa.
From the stand?
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, look at all these.
I know.
We're so special.
I don't think all of them are supported yet, but most of them should work.
Some of them aren't showing up.
Especially the custom ones. That's going to be exciting when we can get the custom ones coming down. That's going to be so fun. Yeah, sorry, Colin. You can't. We don't have those just yet, but we will.
I can't wait to be rained on by Yoda on a chair.
I know, Yoda on a chair. I think the meme is literally, or I think the emoji is literally him on a table too, so it's wrong, but that's what makes it even funnier.
Makes it better.
Alrighty, guys.
All right, thanks everybody.